Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome to another edition of Smoke Lounge. Um, we have a quick turnaround this week. We got Buffalo coming to the Hard Rock Stadium in a short week. We got home field advantage, and it's gonna be lit in the Hard Rock, man. So, yeah, we're gonna be expecting Red, White, and Bills, Sean from Red, White, and Bills, to come in a little bit later. And man, we're gonna talk about the Buffalo Bills, man. It was a good win, but I think it's time for us to move on and focus on beating the our division rivals. So when we come back, I'll see you on a bit. Hold on.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
So, week 2, we find ourselves going against our hated rivals, the Buffalo Bills. As you all know, you know how I feel about the Buffalo Bills. And the trophy case, their Super Bowl window, all that good stuff, man. So, at any rate, it's going to be the battle of the matchups. From my understanding, I hear people say that Buffalo's interior is stronger than Jacksonville's edges. So this is really going to be a test for Eichenberg. And shout out to Scott Jackson, Omar Brown, Daniel Berry Sports. How you doing? Dad Dean and 8-Bit Martian. What's going on, guys? Thank y'all for coming through and spending some time with me. I got my co-host. What's up, Crypto? How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Not much.
Just
Hey,
asking
check this out. I got something I want. You can't. I want to. I ever tell you this joke about this man? He goes to a veterinarian with his dog, right? And he sits down.
You said go to the vet.
Yeah,
He
he
took his
sits.
dog to a
He's
vet.
sitting in the vet with his dog, And he looks over to his right and he sees a lady with a cat in a little cat carrier thing, and she's talking to her like the cat, having a little conversation with the cat. Hey, it's gonna be okay, and having a little conversation with the cat. And all of a sudden, puzzled, the guy looks at her puzzled, and all of a sudden turns to the dog. Can you believe she's talking to fucking cats?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I say that to say this. What trips me out is, all right, look, we hate the Jets. You hate the Jets, I hate the Jets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear
Jets,
me?
Jets. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. No, I'll just make sure I could hear you. So anyway, there people are all of a sudden trashing the Jets because they only put 19. They had to go all the way to San Francisco, and we only put up 20 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had to come to Hard Rock. What's the difference?
Right.
I know we hate them and everything, but what's the difference? Do you see any
Right.
differences? Huh?
No, actually, no. Can you hear me? No, I don't see none. You looking at a 1 point difference. They only went for 2 points. Really, it was the same because they didn't get the extra point on the touchdown.
Yeah, we
So
played a team
technically, they scored the
that
same amount of
squandered the
points.
division. We played a team that squandered the division. They played the NFC championships, NFC
Yeah.
champion.
Right. They played the NFC champion. Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I'm not
So
a
yeah.
homer. Maybe I'm not too homerish, I guess.
Yeah. Home. Right. Two homers. You're not delving into the over propagandizing of the victories between the Dolphins and then the loss of the Jets, where we all agree to crap on their grave, but their grave hasn't been completely dug yet because it's 1 week of football.
Yeah.
You got maybe 1 inch of soil out of the ground from your shovel. That's about it. Because we scored 20 and you got another one. That's all you got. 1 inch of dirt out of the ground from the shovel. So we still got 6 feet to go to bury them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But hey,
because you
man, listen,
figure,
man.
you figure, we still have to play them twice. So even then, you cannot in your head-to-head matchups, no matter who they lose to, you can't say, "Oh, well, you lost to San Francisco," and then go out and lay an egg against them when you play your head-to-head matchup.
Well, we lost to the Chiefs twice, and Denver beat them. The team we put 70 on.
Right? Yeah, the team we put 70. Oh, they beat
No,
them,
Buffalo,
held them
Buffalo,
to 9
Buffalo
points.
lost to Denver last year. The team that beat us twice as well.
Yeah, yeah, Buffalo did. Yeah, so it's two teams that beat the team that beat us twice,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Denver against Buffalo and in Kansas City.
What's up, Red Wine Bills?
Denver beat both of
Scott
the teams
Jackson,
that beat us twice.
El Capitan in the building. Adam
That's
Sadowski
what you
came up,
call
my
rock
main man.
paper
That's a dope show.
scissors.
We got some
That's the
members in
effect.
this bad boy. What happened
That's
now?
the effect. That's the effect of rock paper scissors. Nothing that
Yeah.
one defeats the other without the other one defeating both.
Mm-hmm.
Rock paper scissors.
And I remember this time last year, I told you and I said this before the season, there's going to be some overreactions week one, and sure enough, there is. Sure enough,
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah, overreactions. That's why I try to caution everybody. Like, listen, we've been down this road before, where leading up until last year's Buffalo game, we were coming off 70 points, and they were coming off a big blowout win against the Redskins or the Commanders the previous week. So everybody like, well, they only beat the Commanders. They played the Commanders. It was a terrible team. It's trash. You
Mm-hmm.
know, of course they're gonna whoop up all the Commanders. Well, even though at the time Denver wasn't, you know, guns blazing. You know, when we put 70 on them.
Mm-hmm.
So the odds makers put us only within a pick 'em game, like a 2 point spread, the very next week, because they's like, well, they handle business and we handle business, and we had to go travel up to Buffalo. You know, so hence the narrow underdog. We was narrow
Mm-hmm.
underdogs going in there. It's like, how could they disrespect us? How could they make us an underdog? We put up 70 on the Broncos. Yeah, because they were a team that has a long winning streak against us, and they just beat the Commanders pretty good too. So they figured
Mm-hmm.
it's a wash. The previous week's matchups was a wash because they only grade you based on how well you play against each other and historical factors. They kind of like threw our 70-point game out the window and threw their 35 to, I think it was 3 or something, or 7 or something, 35-3. I think they won against the Commanders. And it's like this week, both teams won a tough match. It wasn't like a blowout. League going into Thursday's match, both teams had won from come from behind victories. They had to come from behind to win their games. Both teams going into this week.
Mm-hmm.
We had to overcome a 14-point deficit, and they had to overcome a 14-point deficit to win. So there you go. So going into the week. So it's almost similar, the games going into the following week, going into the week. So the overreactions, people
What's
have to
good,
look at
gentlemen?
that.
What's going on?
What's
Hey,
going on?
crypto. Funny thing you mentioned that about how the analysts like they don't look at all the other noise. They look at the actual team matchup between the two teams in what's been going on, recent history. Which I think actually there's something that we're seeing now that plays into what you're saying. Is that for the first time in a few games now? You remember when we beat the Bills the last time we beat them, right? You remember what the
Right.
ESPN game predictor was saying before the game? It was like 72% for them or something to win it, and we ended up beating them. Remember that? How that was an example of how
Right.
the projection isn't always right. Like it could go the exact opposite of what it says, right? And that was an example of that. However, I would
You
notice
talk about leading up into that week
well,
before the
yeah, like
game.
if I were to say leading up to
Yeah.
that week, if I were to be like, "Oh, we're losing this game because their chances are 72%, we might as well not even show up." A person would be like, "Well, that isn't reality yet. We still got to play the
Right.
game, right?" And
Yeah.
as such, we ended up winning that game, even though, I mean, even at halftime, they were still favored to win big,
They're favored
like
to
with
win.
by a big percentage. You know what I mean? So, um,
Right. Because
the
it was
point I'm
like a,
trying to make is
I
that
think it was like a 7-point game at that
right,
time.
and you would agree that since that meeting, that most of our matchups with them, I know we dropped one last year pretty horridly, but most of our matchups with them have been fairly
Hey,
even
Pam.
battles lately. 3 points here, whatever, 3 points
Okay.
there. And I just
Yeah,
noticed,
it was the final. Well, at least for the whole 2022 season, it made it the averages come into
right. And
lower because of the
what I was
33-point games
right,
we
and what I
had.
was getting at is to illustrate your point about how they look at the two teams, and pretty much that's it. Is that
Hmm.
after all of that
Yes.
and all our meetings with them the past couple seasons, the predictor today has them at 50.6% and us at 49% before the game. So we're
Right.
actually
Because they're
what
just
it's saying
averaging out
is the analytics are now putting us up to their level. You know what I mean? Whether that's real or
right.
we have to make it real. But the point is
Right.
that the analytics are now saying these are evenly matched teams, whether it be because of what Buffalo lost in the offseason and what we've gained, or how we've been playing, how we started out last week, all kinds of that all gets factored in. And basically the analytics are saying we're even teams. We're actually even teams before the start of the game. So, that's encouraging.
But
and,
I think that I was the odds makers made it 2-point underdog for us.
Yeah,
on
2.5. Last one I saw was
on
2.5.
thing.
For that,
So it looks
2.5
similar because
favorites.
they threw out our week 1 matchup and threw out their week 1 matchup, just like they threw out our Broncos matchup prior and threw out their Redskin
and
matchup.
if you figure, Crypto, if they have us 2.5-point favorites at home, then that makes us actually half-point underdogs, which half-point is even. That's even. It says exactly what the percentage says, 50% to 49. You know what I mean?
Right.
Good evening, Pam.
It's
Before
almost
you
like
get
a pick 'em
cooked,
game.
before you get cooking, it's great to see you, by the way.
Hey,
Before
Pam.
before you get cooking, I got to run for League Wide Wednesday over at Miss Finn's, but I wanted to come up to let Shake know that even Buffalo now is starting to wonder if there's anything in the box. Check this video out.
Open it. Can't you read the sign? What's in it? What's in it, Josh? Oh my God, it's so smooth.
I don't think it's gross.
Where'd you find this, bro? You open that collar. Open sesame. What the?
Oh, and they don't know squat.
I figured out what the box, which box you're talking about. It's like 3 boxes right here.
They only know what they fix.
See, kind of hard. Oh, there's something inside this box.
So while the Bills are busy trying to figure out what's in the box, Shake has exclusive footage of what is actually inside that box, because we know what's not in the box. There's the box, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Nothing in the box. Empty box, and it's going to stay that way.
And that's what I actually quote tweeted it. Pam, I quote tweeted it and said, "We definitely know what's not in the box."
Right.
That's funny.
There's a Madden cover.
All I know is
there's the Madden
Buffalo
cover.
Bills are coming to Hard Rock off a short week, and the Buffalo fans are coming off a short bus. So,
yeah.
I figured y'all would enjoy that. We gotta jab them any way we can find. So
absolutely,
the short bus they covered off the short week.
I'll be back if Miss Fins and I can actually get our show done in a decent amount of time. So have a great one, guys, and I'll be back.
No, we're gonna be done. We're only gonna be done. We're only be in an hour. We'll be done by 8:30, and then Insomnia. We got Raphael Courtwright joining us tonight.
Okay. Either way, I'll be back to see you at one of them shows.
All right,
later, guys.
Later. Yes, Pam.
Oh, hey guys.
Are you gonna wait to put the aqua wig, the aqua hair?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be pulling it out. Y'all know I am. It's just a matter of, that ain't easy to do.
I think that was the last time I seen you when you had it.
Wigs, but...
Yeah, that's the last time I seen you when you had it on.
Yeah. Oh, is that the last time? Ooh, I haven't seen you in a while. Then.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I remember.
I was cooking tonight. I'm wearing my cooking people.
The cooking, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing my.
You got the apron.
I do. Yeah. I got the apron. I've got the Shake T-shirt.
I want you to listen. Lou cook folk. Jeffrey Dahmer cook people. There's a difference.
I missed that.
Yeah, that's a little different. That was a
there's a difference between cooking people and cooking folk. Lou cooks folk. Jeffrey Dahmer cooks people.
Yes.
I don't cook people.
That's kind of a difference.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of which, I just want to say a fuck you to the person who ratted you out on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't.
Sunday. Women,
I'm
what
not so
happens?
sure it
Oh,
was
the
a
special Sunday at the
person.
game? Something
Yeah,
happened at the
so
game?
they've shut me down twice. I did a practice on Monday night game to stream it and see what would happen. I was shut down 15, 20 minutes. So now you will find me on Twitch. I'll be streaming the games on Twitch. I'm sharing that
Okay.
link in Forever Dolphin fans on Facebook. That link is there. Or you can
So you could
follow
Twitch.
me on Twitch. I'm FinFan313. I've owned
Damn, that
that
sucks,
moniker
man.
for
Yeah,
a
they shut
long
down
time.
Pedro. I was watching Pedro for a little bit.
Yeah.
And what's funny
Mhm.
is I watched him all the way to the end, and then he celebrated. He took his shirt off,
Mhm.
and then I don't know what else because I was afraid of what else he was gonna take off. So I turned off the stream.
You was what you call it, the shake.
Oh yeah,
You'd have the
but no, he
what
was.
you call it.
I enjoyed his stream. He
He
was
was
funny,
giving you he was giving you warm fuzzies
huh?
shake.
Those aren't
You're
warm
getting
fuzzies.
warm.
I don't know what you
warm
call those,
fuzzies.
but those aren't warm fuzzies. They may be warm and fuzzy. I don't know, but
Oh man, listen. He's married, Crypto. But if you want me to introduce you, that's all you had to say.
oh,
I
we're
don't
funny.
need that.
But now I will
Mhm.
be on Twitch. You can find me FinFan313.
Mm.
Oh
You
man,
know, that's a pretty good
Okay.
moniker, but I've had that moniker probably 15 years or more, actually more than 15 years. So I
yeah.
have it
Now I
on
gotta
all
create a
kinds of
Twitch account.
platforms. What's that?
Now I gotta create a Twitch account.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't have a
know
Twitch.
if you have to
Oh,
have
you know what? You
a
know what you could do
Twitch
too.
account.
You know what you could do? I don't think they'll
I don't even have that.
stream it off of Twitter. Can you stream it off of Twitter?
So yeah,
Mm.
apparently you can. So Joe is saying that they're bad about that too
On
on
Twitter?
Twitch. I know that there's other people that have been doing it. I have a plan B
Mm-hmm.
and I have a plan C. So
Okay.
I am not going to give up that easily. I'm not giving up that
Hey,
easy.
so what's up, Nick? How you doing?
Hey Nick,
Hey man, I'm good, man. I'm really glad you invited
Mhm.
me up. I want to just tell you how terrible of a comparison that was what you did earlier.
Go ahead. I'm ready. I'm ready to debate you. Go ahead. Tell
All
me.
right.
Tell
So
me
What
why.
first of
comparison?
all,
I missed it.
so
What comparison?
because we scored 20 points and the Jets scored 17 points
They
or
scored
19
19.
points. 19 points. First of all, we won the game.
Okay.
Second of all,
Mhm.
all off season, the Super Bowl caliber winning defense that the Jets had was only missing Aaron Rodgers. They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, according
Says
to the
who?
pundits and all of the experts.
Mm-hmm.
And they went on the field with a legitimate Super Bowl contender and got their ass handed to them. Meaning, I'm talking about wasn't even close. Doesn't even belong on the same field as a legitimate
Yeah.
Super Bowl contender. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins was coming off a team who just signed their young star quarterback, had all these additions to the team, and a year prior just came off a division win and a playoff win, coming down to a team where we was missing some key figures, but nonetheless, we struggled at the first half. We shut them out in the second half.
Actually, the first
The
three
Miami
quarters.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins put up over 400 yards of offense while keeping the Jaguars, who had a 14-point lead, to under
Mm-hmm.
300 points. 300 yards. So it's a horrible comparison because number one, we won, and number two, they're picking us
Okay.
to be third place in our division while they're picking the Jets to be a Super Bowl contender.
Okay. Now my turn,
which
right?
is so not true.
Yeah, they are.
I don't see
They're
them
picking
doing
them.
it. I don't
I
see
mean,
Wait a
them
but to
minute,
doing
Big
it.
E's
Aaron.
point, they
Hold
are
on. My turn.
predicting
Hold
them.
on.
Aaron,
My turn now. My turn now.
the thing is, they got a Super
My
Bowl
hold on.
caliber defense,
All right.
and
My
all
turn
they're
now.
missing is Aaron Rodgers. He's a missing link.
Okay. First and foremost, the Jets, the Jaguars squandered their division. They didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Yep,
That's one. Number
yep.
two, we were comfortably at home. The Jets had to go all the way to the west coast, which when you
Okay,
travel that far, it's a disadvantage in itself. And secondly, they played the NFC the Super Bowl They didn't win the Super Bowl, but they were in the Super Bowl the year before, and that
Okay,
defense is no joke either.
right.
On the other
But
hand,
we played.
it's week
they were
one.
only
So
able
the
to put up
travel
one less
thing.
point than we did.
We went all the way to Germany. Lost
No,
to
no, no.
the
That has nothing to
defending.
do with the price of rice.
No, no,
That has
no,
nothing
no.
to do
If
with the
you want
price
to
of
bring
tea.
up
No, no,
no,
no.
because you
That has
no,
nothing
then
to
you
do with the
can't bring
price
up
of
San
tea in
Francisco.
China.
Then
That has nothing to do with the price of
you
tea in
can't bring
China.
up San
We're
Francisco.
not
Then
comparing Germany. We're comparing
but
apples
we're
to
not
apples.
comparing. We're not comparing
Yesterday's
what
game.
San
We're not
Francisco
comparing.
did.
No, we're not. No,
We're
no, no,
not
no, no, no,
comparing
no,
what
no,
San
no. I'm not
Francisco
gonna.
did
No,
the year
hey, listen. I
prior.
can talk just as loud as you can.
We're not
So
comparing San Francisco year
No,
prior either. Then
no, because they played
so
San Francisco.
so the difference is San Francisco didn't win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs did, and we lost by 7 by traveling all the way to Germany. We lost on a fumble.
Okay, so
So
at the end of the day, we
we're not even
lost.
close. There's no similarities there.
So in other words, they lost too to a Super Bowl, a team that
No,
and
they
they had to
didn't
go
win
to
the
San
Super Bowl,
Francisco,
Shake.
and
They didn't win the
Kansas
Super
City also
Bowl.
had to go to Germany too. Don't forget that Kansas City
Right.
also had to go to Germany. So it's
Right. And they
so
won.
at the end of the day, that comparison is terrible, bro.
Yeah,
Terrible.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
That
it's
is
not.
one of the worst
If you want to
comparisons
bring
I've
travel
ever heard,
into
bro.
it, I mean,
You just look.
not only did
I
they
know
had to
you're
go
a
to
big
Kansas.
fan. You're just a homer. That's it. It is what it is.
No, that was a terrible comparison.
No, the one you did, yes,
but
I
I
agree.
have
The
to
one you
say
did, it
for
was
the
terrible.
I have to say
Bro,
though for
we
the
gave up
travel
17 points.
aspect,
They gave up
I don't
32
think
points.
I don't
At
think
the end of the day,
week
we lost.
one
Doesn't matter how
you
many
can
points we
say the
gave up.
travel
We lost.
aspect.
We won.
We
We
lost.
won.
We talking about we
I
lost.
know y'all so
You talking
used.
about the
I
Germany
know y'all
game. We
so
lost
used
that
to
game.
not believing y'all got a
So
good team that y'all gonna find any way to shit on your team.
no,
But damn, that's a
I'm not
horrible
shitting on my
comparison.
team, did I?
No,
I'm not
We
shitting
won.
on
nobody's
my
shitting
team.
on
So that's the
the
only difference. I'm
Dolphins.
not shitting on my team. But at the end
We
of the day, I'm not
won.
gonna shit on the Jets either.
We won. Gave
Okay.
up 17
I
points.
would.
They
Yeah.
lost. Gave up 32 points.
But what I want
Yeah,
what I
but
want to
the
say though,
49ers were the second leading off top 5 offense in football.
Who gives a shit? They're saying Jets got a Super Bowl caliber defense, and Aaron Rodgers is the only thing that's missing.
yeah,
Who
and
Who
said they
said
that
have a
that?
Super
That
Bowl
They
was the
picked
caliber
us
Buccaneers.
to go.
defense?
They picked us to finish
Yeah,
third.
and we have a Super Bowl caliber offense, don't we?
Hey man, I can't argue with people who determined to do what y'all doing. So you win.
well, all I'm saying
That's
about the
what this channel
travel
is about.
aspect for game one, I don't think the travel aspect compares in game one because you haven't had to travel, play a game here, and then travel and go across. This is game one. So I don't think it's the same as if you traveled, and it was game 3 or game 7. So I don't think the travel aspect compares in this particular instance. And, if the Jesters are supposed to be that great with that offense or
Travel is
with their
travel, though.
defense, and Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be all that, I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. I didn't
Yeah.
see it. And I know
That,
our offense looked a little stuttery, like we looked a little rusty for sure.
that Super Bowl caliber defense
But
had the lead. Had the
but
lead.
isn't
We didn't have the
travel is
lead until
travel?
we won the game. We didn't
That's
take the
right.
lead until we won the game. They had the
They only
lead
had the
early
lead
in the
for
game.
like
That
2
Super Bowl
seconds.
caliber defense.
That's disingenuous. They only had the lead for 2 seconds.
It doesn't matter. We didn't have the lead. We didn't have the lead at all, and we won the game.
We
But they
did
got a
have the
Super Bowl
lead. We had
caliber defense, Crypto. How is that disingenuous? That offense when Aaron Rodgers gave that Super Bowl caliber defense a lead,
yeah, in the first 2 minutes of the
and they
game.
got their ass whooped.
Okay, how many teams in San Francisco do that to?
Meanwhile, this makeshift offensive line that everybody has a problem with went against one of the top 5 D lines in the NFL, and we won. And we kicked their ass in yardage. We had
Top
over
5
400.
defensive
They didn't have
line.
300.
Who said they had the top 5 defensive line?
You don't watch like the pregame.
The
You don't listen to none of the
yeah,
professionals. You don't know
yeah,
who on their
the
defensive
so-called
line.
professionals, yeah, they're
Yeah, you
professionals.
No,
don't
we're
know who
talking
on their
about week
defensive line,
one.
Crypto.
There's no rankings until
Are you just being contrarian just to be contrarian?
no.
Crypto?
It's not no such thing being contrarian because the fact is after week 1 is when the numbers get rated.
Crypto,
You
what
don't
are you
establish
talking
who's
about,
top of the 5.
Crypto?
You don't
Crypto,
establish who's the number 1 defense
Crypto,
until after enough
Crypto,
games have been played. You know this.
Crypto. That's
You
the
can't
numbers,
go off
Crypto. We're talking about the
projection.
talent. We're talking about the talent, the name. The talent in the name said they have a top five
What
defensive
talent in the
line,
names?
Crypto. The talent in the name say they got a top five defensive line,
I
Crypto.
I, I don't
You
buy
need to
that
go
one.
figure. You don't know who on their
I don't
line,
buy that
Crypto.
one.
That's not my fault.
No, I don't buy that. Josh Allen is not
Okay,
all
all
the
right.
end all
You
the
want
be
to be
all for them.
contrarian? Okay, okay.
No, Josh Allen's not the end all the be all to the defensive line.
All right. Okay, all right.
I mean, he's a good
I
defensive
think our
lineman, but
defense
I
is
don't think
gonna
he's the
All
all the
right.
end all the be all.
tee off on
Okay.
Josh Allen. I really do. Watch and see. I think our defense is going to have a good day against Josh Allen. I think they're prepared. I think they're tired about hearing it. You know,
I
Did
wasn't
Josh
talking about
Allen
that
have
Josh
what
Allen. I'm talking about the
17
other
sacks
one.
last year?
and also, you know,
No, he
Barlow
wasn't
thinks they got
that
away
close.
with something having the night game. And September night in Florida, the humidity just goes up. It's still going to be 85
That's a
degrees
terrible
and
comparison.
99% humidity. Those fools are going to be hot. They're going to be hot. They think they got it, but no, they're going to be hot.
The
The
temperature
Jets ain't
difference is
won
not
shit
going to be
in
that
10
drastic.
years. The Jets ain't won shit in
Not like
10
a
years.
daytime
A real
family.
fan knows that a real fan knows that. And then you turn around and you hear your own head coach said 2 years ago or the last 2 years the Miami Dolphins would lose that game. And we won that game.
Lose
And
what
to
game?
compare us to the Jets, that's crazy. That's crazy.
What did Mike McDaniel say about losing games?
Mike McDaniel said the last 2 years the Miami Dolphins would have lost that game.
You
That's
mean
a
Head
throwaway
coach
line.
said that.
you mean
The
Sunday?
coach said that.
I
I
get that, but that's a throwaway line. That's no different from what politicians
Okay,
do when they
Crypto.
throw away
All
lines.
right. I forgot you gonna play devil's advocate
That
regardless.
was, I'm just saying. You got to know
no,
Mike McDaniel better than that.
I don't
So you think we win
I
that
don't
game last year?
necessarily disagree with that either.
You think we
Absolutely, we
win
win
that
that
game
game.
last year, Crypto?
Yeah, in the same fashion because their head coach
But we
crumbled
couldn't beat
under pressure.
Tennessee. That same game, we couldn't beat Tennessee.
But that same game, we beat the Raiders. So what do you mean? Same style game, we beat the Raiders. So there's nothing new under
Man,
the sun. You know
I'm just
this.
telling you what Coach said, and I heard Miss Pam said she is not necessarily untrue,
No, I
and we
Well,
mean
won the game.
that's what you believe.
there are a lot of
Like
times
every game we
we would
win is
come away
brand
and we
new.
would have lost that game.
We was not 0 and
Oh man.
17 last year, Big Dick.
I don't believe we got a
We won
mediocre
11
team. I guess
games.
that's where the difference is.
I get that,
Sorry
but
about that.
Yeah.
we didn't go 0 and 17 last year. I just want to put that out there.
No, we won 11 games.
Right, which means we won games like Jacksonville before.
Right. The Jets haven't been close to the playoffs in 10 years. So compare a team that's coming off of 2 years of playoff appearances and winning at home in the fashion that we won at home and the expectations that the rest of the league levy on us, and then to turn around and say a team who's supposed to have the Super Bowl caliber defense and only missing Aaron Rodgers just because they was only good enough to score 19 and we only took us 20 to win. That's
They wasn't only
similar.
missing Roger. They had the injury report wasn't just only him.
Man, the only missing thing was Aaron Rodgers,
The
man. Come
offensive
on,
lineman was
Crypto.
missing.
Hey, remember they beat some good teams last year. So at the end of the day,
They
look,
didn't finish under 500 for the last 7 years.
Right,
mhm.
they have.
Over 500.
They
So
have
what's the point?
what's this guy? Blake Boyles, Zach Wilson, freaking who else is the guy
Oh my
at
God. Okay, there go the
Publix at
excuses for
quarterback?
them. They go the excuses for them.
It's not an excuse. That's
The
just the
whole lot of
reality
y'all to
of
get that
what they
energy to the
played in.
Dolphins.
So how
Now
do
that was the
you
reality
guys
play
see
with.
this game
We've
going tomorrow
we've never
night? How
played
do you
without our
see it
quarterback.
going?
Yeah, I remember
Oh, we're
saying
gonna win
I
this.
remember saying one game we had 8 starters out, and that was an excuse.
Yeah, I
Okay, we
don't
had
know if
8
eight
starters out that
starters is
wasn't
an
key
Hey, I
chess
excuse.
get
pieces.
it,
There was
man. I
there
get
was
it. I
all
get it.
pawns and not rooks,
I
kings, or
get it.
bishops.
I get it. The Jets half full and the Dolphins half empty.
They
I
would
get it.
they. I'm just saying when
No,
those pieces were missing, those
that's
were
not what I
pawns.
said
They
at
wasn't
all.
kings, queens, rooks, or knights.
All
Those were
right.
pawns
Okay.
missing.
All right.
All I said,
Okay.
all I
All right.
said was it's amazing that the Jets only put up
Mm,
19 and people already saying, "Oh man, they did terrible
They
offensively."
did.
going to San
As far as
Francisco.
expectations, they showed that they don't belong on the field with true contenders.
But true contenders. So San Francisco,
Yeah,
in your mind, is a true contender.
yeah. So you gonna tell me you ever heard the Jets as a Super Bowl contender?
Nah, I've
Doesn't mean
heard
I
They've been
rumblings that
believe
they
it.
saying that.
said that.
They've been saying that.
I've
Right.
heard somebody say they
And
would
when
win
you
the
put them
division.
on
I
the
ain't know
field,
about Super Bowl contenders. I just heard this about the
But how
division.
many games have the Jesters won
I
now?
never heard nobody.
Oh,
I never heard
yeah.
nobody say that they was gonna win the Super Bowl.
okay,
I
all
did
right.
No,
hear
they've
them say
been
they was gonna
saying
win the
that.
division.
They definitely have been saying
And
That
they're
they
Crypto is
Super
Super
Bowl
very
Bowl
smart.
contenders with
contenders.
Easy.
Aaron
Miss Pam,
Rodgers back in
Miss
there.
Pam, Crypto is very
I don't
smart,
know.
and he would try to play with the words, right? He would try to play with the words. Crypto just said he never
Mhm.
heard nobody said the Jets would win the Super Bowl, and all I said was people said they're Super Bowl contenders. Crypto
Crypto
knows what he
is very
does,
smart.
Contender
Miss
I will
Pam.
give him
I mean
that.
that too.
He knows what he does.
I know what he does.
I'm saying contenders too. I'm extending it to that as well. I'm
You
saying
But then
haven't
you're being
heard
I
them.
know they
disingenuous.
said they could win the
Come
division.
on.
You're being
That now
disingenuous.
I would agree with. They have been favored to win the division. But
I've
anything
heard
other
the
than that, they said
contenders.
one in division. They said one and done for the Jets. That's what they were saying.
All
They
right,
were gonna win the division and lose in the first round. That's what I'm hearing.
I've been hearing the contenders part too. They've been saying all kinds of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a new one to me, fam. As far as that
Yeah,
contender
well, I
thing.
mean, like talking since, their defense is supposedly so great and talking
That's
since
like saying
Radgers is
hey
back.
Pam, that's like saying the Florida Gators is gonna get a first down next week.
Well, they gonna.
Or
You know, when you say
yeah.
that about the Jets.
Miss Pam, who gets
The
fired
Gators are
first?
gonna get the first down. The Jesters ain't going nowhere.
Who gets fired first? Florida Gators coach or the Florida State coach?
Who's
Probably
fighting?
Florida State. Definitely Florida State.
I mean,
I
Yeah.
they
would
were
agree
supposed
with
to
that.
be all
It's
that.
Florida State. I give
They
the Gators hell, but I know it's Florida State gonna be fired first.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, he's going down. You think
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
done.
They were top 5 and they lose to an unranked Georgia Tech team. Not even anywhere near the ranking as Georgia Tech. They lose and they're still top 10. They were number 7 the next week. What a joke. Powers that be don't want to hear they're wrong, but they're wrong.
I know, Pam.
I
That's
just
what I was saying about the Florida State.
you
I
mad.
think so.
You mad. You mad up there in the left hand corner. You mad. You mad.
Listen,
mad?
nobody expect my
Uh.
Gators to do anything this year.
Who's
Whatever
mad?
Well, I
they
think
do
y'all
is great.
recruiting on the quarterback. Y'all kind of shortchange yourself out to Kyle Trask.
Crypto, you
Got drafted.
mad? You talking about Crypto's mad? Why is Crypto
Listen,
mad?
No,
I
Cal,
love watching
Cal,
the Gator
talking
quarterback.
about shake money. Kyle
Did
Trask.
anybody happen to watch?
Listen, it ain't gonna be. Listen, it ain't the first time we lose to a mid university. It ain't gonna be the last time.
Hey, did you guys happen to watch the
I'm
broadcast?
trying to figure out what
Broadcast
man
with
university
the-
you talking about.
One
Yeah.
thing the
The one in
broadcast
Coral
kept
Gables.
harping on. This is the one thing the broadcast kept harping on during the university,
I'm
the
trying to
great
figure that
University
out.
of Miami game, where they
Shake
said,
money.
this is the third year in a row. This is the third class in a row, the number 1 class in America. They are loaded to come.
Oh yeah.
We'll
The
see.
third year in a row with the number 1 class.
Well, kind of like Texas A&M had 3 years number 1 class and didn't do shit for them either.
Yeah, we got 5. How many they got? We
Texas
do something
A&M
with
is
ours.
trash.
Yeah,
We
5.
do something
Yeah,
with
so do the
ours.
Dallas Cowboys. So do the Cowboys. So I guess
They're
the Cowboys
trash.
are good too,
Texas
right?
A&M.
Yeah, the Cowboys. It's all about the Cowboys then, because they got 5 championships.
Hey, yeah, they better. Hey, they're a better
Yeah.
franchise than the
What they-
Dolphins. Absolutely.
Who, the Cowboys or Texas A&M? Who y'all talking about?
He jumped to
Who's
the
got more than the
Cowboys.
Dolphins? Who's got more titles than the Dolphins? Who y'all talking about?
The Cowboys, the Steelers,
Oh, the
Chiefs.
Cowboys and the Steelers.
The Cowboys,
Well, I would
the
say the Steelers are
Chiefs,
better.
New
The
England.
Steelers are better franchise right now.
I think
Now New England
Kansas City
then.
Chiefs.
They got the same amount, I think. They tied, right?
Right.
Oh, no, Kansas City got
who's
3.
got the only thing that really counts?
Well,
Who's
Dallas
perfect?
only got like
Hello.
5.
Kansas City got 3.
I think they got 4.
Kansas City got
They got
four.
Kansas City got 4.
Got 4.
Kansas City got
Mhm.
4 now.
Dallas got 5.
Those
San
were
Francisco
bought and
got
paid
5.
for. Those
And
were
San
well
Fran
paid
is
for.
tied.
Come on, baby.
Because
At
San
least
Fran
two of
lost
them
their
were
last
well paid
three.
for.
They started out like 5-0, and then they lost their last three. San Francisco on a losing streak in the Super Bowl now.
Raphael.
They like the Buffalo Bills now, or the NFC.
Oh yeah,
San Fran is they're getting the Buffalo territory. They lose another one, they'd be 4 straight for them.
empty-handed.
Well,
Yeah.
3. They lost 2. They've been 0-2 in the last. Well, yeah, 3 now.
No, it's 3. They lost 3
They did
straight.
3. Oh
Yeah,
shit,
they're
yeah,
on the
that's right.
3-game losing streak. they
Damn.
got one more to tie
And
the
before
Bills for
that,
the most Super Bowls lost in a row.
and you know what's funny?
That's
Before
funny.
that, they were undefeated.
Nah,
Right,
what's
right.
name, Mark? Your boy, that's already taken. That's Minnesota crypto.
Minnesota's got 4-2. They tied.
They lost 4 in a row.
All
Yeah,
right.
4 straight.
Yeah, they haven't won one. They lost 4 straight. But Buffalo
Yeah.
already got that record, right?
Buffalo got the record. They tied the record with them. Yep.
But real quick, Big Nick,
Not
Pam, I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm have a guest up, but I just wanted you to talk to you, Big Nick, because you had something to say, and I got
yeah.
nothing but respect for you. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Same
Big
here.
Nick is going to do
It
the
was, it was
Insomnia
it was a terrible
picks, right?
comparison.
What you say?
When we doing Big Nicks for the Insomnia picks?
If you want to, we could do that next week or the week after. What day is good for you, Nick?
I don't know because this Tyreek thing I'm working on. I just put out a video on that, and I'm trying to get some other
Okay.
information.
Yeah,
So
but like I said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna
Okay,
have
doing the
on
Tyreek video.
Raphael Courtright, then I'm gonna do Nene, then I'm gonna have on Bryson, and we're gonna have on all 4 separately, and that's how they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Those are all awesome guests.
I got some
Awesome
contacts
guests.
within the Miami-Dade Police Department. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get some information on the cops, the most
Mhm.
egregious cops. So they normally come through for me. So
That was pretty
I'm just trying to
egregious.
see.
Okay.
That dude. I mean,
You got Facebook too, along with your page, Nick.
Yeah, but I don't put my videos on Facebook because it's already somebody stealing my shit, getting paid for it, and
ooh,
it'd be redundant
Damn.
for me because that page
ooh,
is already established, and Facebook will not take that shit down for nothing.
wow.
I think it's
Oh,
Facebook,
Goddamn.
to be honest with you,
okay.
because they won't take it down for nothing. I've proven they're stealing my intellectual property. This is me. I've been. They still won't take it down.
So it'd be the same thing for Twitter too,
Nah,
as
I
far
just
as
don't
your
get on
intellectual
Twitter, bro.
property.
I don't mess with Elon Musk like that.
Okay, I hate you. I don't blame you.
He don't mess with
Got
me.
him.
He don't mess with me like that. So why the hell should I
Elon
mess with him
just
like that?
corrupted the brand. He corrupted the
Yeah, I
brand.
don't do that.
Elon corrupted the brand.
I don't watch Fox. I don't watch Tubi. I don't get on X.
Tubi. Oh, is that new streaming television app? Tubi,
Yeah,
right? That's the one you talking about?
Rupert
Like
Murdoch owns
Fubo,
Tubi.
Fubu.
Rupert Murdoch
Okay,
owns
he
Tubi,
bought them
right?
out. I didn't know
Is
Rupert
he
owns
still
them.
No, he started.
alive?
He bought
Did
them
it?
out. He
Oh,
created it. He created Tubi. And remember,
Oh, okay. I thought he bought it.
their catalog is 99.9% black content, right? Just like when he started Fox Network, their content was a living single, all those black shows. Soon as his ass made
Mm-hmm.
it, he went and got Fox News and
gosh.
got rid of all those shows and made millions and billions off of us and went to Fox News and done everything since then to make sure that we don't have a say. Fuck Rupert Murdoch. I would
He
not
is
give that
He
man
kicked all
one
the
93
dime.
years
sitcoms out.
old.
Wow.
My
It's the
Lord.
game out there, man. It's the
I didn't
game
think
out
he
here. If you
was
don't know the
still
rules,
alive.
you go,
Oof.
all right,
That's
y'all
crazy.
All right. But
better be
anyway,
up on something.
guys, I'm gonna put y'all back. I appreciate you for coming through. I'm gonna send
All
you
right,
an
appreciate it.
invite. No, either next week or
No,
the
I
week
was
after,
going
man.
no, cause oh damn, Big Nick gone. I was gonna
Yeah.
give him my information because I had to send him something
All right, but yeah,
to look at.
we'll
Is he
we'll
still
get him.
backstage?
I'll send him your number. I have his
Okay.
number.
All right.
I got your
Oh,
number
okay.
too,
We'll do that.
Crypto.
All right, Sam.
Okay. All right then. Oh, you
All
got
right,
it,
Sam.
fam. Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I
Have a
was
good
gonna
one.
just send him. I had to send him something to take a look at.
Bye. Red, White, and Bills. What's going on?
How's it going,
Pam
everybody?
real quick.
Hey, what's up,
Good to
Sean?
see you, Pam.
Hey.
Red,
Doing
White, and Bills.
well.
See
What's
you
going on?
later.
You
Go
know,
you
the
later.
Fins.
no offense. All right, Pam. So,
Yeah, Pam.
what's up? Let's talk meat and potatoes here. Before we do, I got this press conference.
Show me the trophy
on
case. Show me the trophy case. Show me everything you got to
No,
show
I'm
me.
not doing that. At least,
Not that one.
at least not to you. I won't do that. But
I appreciate it.
All right.
my freaking I had to change my keyboard and it's crazy. We're going to do obviously copyright what's that fair use act or whatever. We're gonna do Sean
Yeah.
McDermott's press conference and you can kind of help break it down for us a little bit. All right,
Sure.
That's this morning.
give me a second. Let me put on my headphones because I got it here. I can't hear without my headsets.
Did he do
Just,
that this morning?
all
That's
right,
the
y'all
recent
ready?
one, right? Yeah.
Oh, this is like a couple of days ago.
Fourth quarter there. They looked at his hand.
They were saying Josh Allen.
He went back.
I guess
Okay,
is
all right, I'll
hurt.
give you guys
This injury.
an injury report here. So I'll start with Josh. As you guys are aware, Josh was injured in the fourth quarter there. They looked at his hand. He went back in and functioned, and then he was looked at after the game again, and he's been cleared to practice today and cleared to play in the game. Next up is Taron Johnson.
What's going on with Josh Allen? What's your any information you have on Josh Allen?
It's nothing. It's all just guessing from people that are in the medical field that are Bills fans. What was reported was when he jumped into the end zone and was covering the football, he kind of landed with his elbow into like in between your fingers and kind of bruised it up pretty good. Nothing needed surgery or anything like that. So what they did was they basically put a big ass lineman glove on his left hand and they padded it up. So he did that in practice. They said he did everything, throw normal, took snaps under center, took snaps in the shotgun, hand the ball off. Now, obviously, when you got live bullets coming at you, we'll have to see how that's going to affect anything. But unless it was his throwing hand, he's going to be on the field. You guys know that by now. So yeah, another little injury that he suffers that it doesn't keep him out, but you're just like, man, why can't you just stay clean and not take an injury once a year, you know?
So hold on, here we go.
He obviously did not return from the game or in the game, and he'll be ruled out for this week. Dewan Smoot will not practice today, and it's looking like he'll be ruled out as well for this game. Javon Solomon will be limited, as well as Ty Johnson today. Both will be at this point day to day. Trubisky, Quentin Morris, I think that should round it out. Will be full today. Both of those guys will be full today. So with that, I'll take your questions.
With Taron, do you have a long-term prognosis on that?
Yeah, I don't. And really, with all of Josh, Taron, I don't have much more information. With Taron, I don't know his timeline on when he'll be back. So we're still doing some further research on that. So, but as far as other questions go related to injuries, I'm not going to go any further than I've already gone.
Okay, so that's the injury portion. So how are you guys feeling from a health wise, Sean?
Well,
two Sean's here, Sean McDermott and Sean from Red Wine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a cooler Sean though, and he's bald. I'm not, luckily. So I got a little bit of an edge on him. But no, I mean, you guys know every team has injuries. You would prefer they don't happen this soon, but again, nothing. Especially the defense, year after year, we lose key players, and they always still come to play. They're ready to go, whether we're worried or not. They put a guy in there, and he's ready to play and performs well. Obviously, not to the level of the person in there, but they always surprise you with how ready they are when they go in. So, as much as you'd prefer to have Taron Johnson when you're playing the Miami Dolphins, obviously his replacement isn't going to be Taron Johnson, but that his replacement made plays that were key for us winning the game last week. So I obviously feel comfortable, but just like you guys would want to be full strength and have Mostert, of course, we'd rather have Teron Johnson as well. But again, McDermott, as much as I don't think he's going to win us a Super Bowl every year or anything, he's not the best coach in the world, but he gets the defense ready, and I'll give him that. I'll give him that much.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean you don't what you saying he's the best coach?
No, because it's like not a division in our fan base, but some people are just like I'm in this kind of viewpoint of him. Like I like Sean McDermott a lot. I think he's a great guy. I think he got us to this point, but could we win a Super Bowl with him? Maybe, but look at Andy Reid. Even Andy Reid had to go to a different team to win Super Bowls, even though he was so close, knocking on the door.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you feel the time has just run out with that certain coach, and he's going in year 8 now. I got a feeling our ownership.
It's 8 years now.
Yeah, as long as he keeps having winning records and making the playoffs, I got a feeling he's not going to go anywhere. And again, maybe he could surprise us and take us to the promised land. But we've had monumental coaching failures in big games, and you guys have seen them too, where you're like, come on, you have to learn. You have to learn by now. Like, why are you still making the same boneheaded decisions in these big playoff games? So I still like him. I'm not 100%, sold on him taking us to the promised land, but at the end of the day, he's the coach. The guys love to play for him, and he's a good defensive mind. But I want to see what it's like to have an offensive minded guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, somebody to work with
Right.
Josh exclusively, right? Kind of like McDaniel. But what about what if the defense suffers?
Yeah, it's always a risk. I guess it really would depend who your defensive coordinator is in that point. Because I know you could say, you could have an offensive coordinator do well too, but if you have a defensive minded head coach, your head coach still kind of has a say in things and what they want to do. And we've seen that with our shift from Dayball to Ken Dorsey, where you could tell McDermott wanted his view of offense, and they had to appease his thought process on offense. So you still would like to see someone with an offensive mind, like Andy Reid. Obviously, you can't get Andy Reid, anytime you want, but a guy like Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan, or even the Cardinals guy, Gannon, he's a good offensive mind. And, you've seen it a little bit last year, even without Kyler. You're beating the Eagles and the Cowboys and being in a lot of games, obviously losing, 12 of them. But he's got a good offensive mind, and even without superstars, they could put points up. So it'd be interesting to see. Right. But we're stuck with him for the future, so we're gonna have to ride with this man.
Yeah. There you go. Here's a little more.
Hey, Sean, on Josh, will there be any limitations on him taking snap from under center?
Yeah, I don't think so. He was able to do it, and so we'll just see how it goes today more than anything. So,
with Taryn not playing Thursday, just what did you see from Cam Lewis in yesterday's game?
Yeah, I thought Cam really did a great job. Another guy that stepped in to a role that he was not in to begin with, and in the starting role there. And Jamarcus, as I mentioned after the game, I thought did a great job. Cam Lewis did a great job, and there's several others that did the same thing. So I'm really impressed with how hard the guys prepared during the week, and then they stepped in when they were called.
And one thing about Sean McDermott, he's now the oldest tenured coach in the AFC East.
Yeah, that's right. He's a vet.
He is. Yeah. It was Belichick, of course.
Now
it's him.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it was Belichick, of course.
Yeah, and you know what? The division still has three out of the AFC East has 3 out of 4 defensive-minded coaches as head coaches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 out of 4, yeah.
McDermott, and now Robert
Saleh. Yeah.
The thing
I mean, Daniel's the only one. It's not.
that yeah, this is the first year Sean McDermott doesn't have to worry about Belichick spying on his sidelines when they this year.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got to worry about that.
Takes some getting used to, I bet. You
You
always got one.
remember
You always got
a
one
few
eye
years ago
open.
he chased away Steve Belichick from his sideline?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was trying to get out there earlier when we were doing walkthroughs and stuff. That was funny. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Bill
Yeah,
Belichick.
I can see him escorting Steve Belichick like, all right, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah, you know they try to find any advantage they could. Guess you can't blame them, but man, they made it they
Mhm.
made it too obvious.
Mhm.
They got caught at a Bengals game, spying, crazy.
Mhm. Caught in the Jets game too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what started it all, right?
I think so.
Mangini
Yeah.
called him out.
I know the schedule is
yeah.
a schedule,
Mhm.
but what are the challenges in having a short week in your week 2 with a team that still looks like it's gelling, and now with all these injuries compounded with new pieces having to be factored in?
Yeah, it's just another challenge. You know, our guys we're kind of used to that, and our guys. It's important that the best thing we can do is control what we can control right now, and that's who's playing where and in what spots, and then getting ourselves as ready to go as we can for a divisional matchup in Miami and against a really good football team.
How important were the
So he knows this is a big challenge going against
Right.
Miami.
That's right.
He pointed out divisional matchup.
It's important.
Yeah. Get out the gate. You only got 6 chances, in the division. That's it. The other 11 games is outside the division.
The only time a division didn't matter was when the Raiders went 6-0 and they still missed the playoffs because they went 6-10.
Right. Yep. That's
They
what I
went-
told
they
everybody
went-
about the math of that. You can go undefeated in your division and still miss playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. You get all the bragging
Yep.
rights, but you're at home watching the playoff game.
Right.
Well,
And the
I brought
opposite
up
of that,
the
you
other
can be
day,
0-6 and win 11 games and make the playoffs.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Look at 2020, right? When Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. He got
Mhm.
blown out twice by the Saints.
He did.
Saints won the division. But
Yeah.
he goes, hey, congratulations. Now Tom Brady goes, hey, Drew Brees, congratulations on your NFC championship. Excuse me, I got to hang up the Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah. If you're a Bucs fan, it probably sucked
got
at
a
the
hat and a
time
t-shirt.
before they won the Super Bowl because you're like, man, I hate those damn Saints and they swept us. And then if you can just look forward in the future a little bit, like, all right, we're going to win a Super Bowl, so it don't really matter. But then it takes the fun out of it. But still, it's like, obviously we would all pick getting swept by our rival to win the Super Bowl. But, man, that would just suck in the meantime.
Right. Because you got to wait all the way to that third chance.
Yeah.
When you play them again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Raphael said, the Cardinals, when Kyler was in his MVP type season, they started 10-0.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his MVP. He's definitely on his way to getting MVP.
Yep.
And then everything fell apart. The injuries, D-Hop, the running back, the linebacker got hurt. He started dropping like flies.
Exactly. Yeah, and as much as people, say, oh, it was only the Cardinals, I did, from an unbiased standpoint, I think that they have pieces on offense where they can give people trouble. I'm not going to say they're going to make the playoffs or anything, but they could probably win 7, 8, maybe 9 games at a high for them this year. And, they didn't even get to use Marvin Harrison because we had cloud coverage.
Yeah, they only got one
player. He only got one reception.
Yeah, like
for 4 yards.
one reception.
Yeah,
Kyler, his debut wasn't so good.
4 yards.
Yeah, I was one of those people that expected, he's going to get 100 yards, but that's going to be all right. And then 4 yards, okay, at least I didn't have him in fantasy. But, he's going to be all right. It's just, we chose time. Yeah, we chose to focus on him, and Trey McBride is another good tight end they used, and still got James Conner, who's a hell of a runner. So, they're not obviously they're not going to be like division winners or anything, but I can see them they're like the Titans. They're a sneaky team who has pretty good players. They might not be a good record, but they'll be in dogfights pretty much the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their defense, obviously, they were missing a couple of their their first round pick from this year was hurt, and then their first round pick from last year was hurt as well. So they'll probably, I think one of them's out for the year though. I think one of them might be coming back, but they'll get some guys back. I like Kyler. He's a little bit short, but he plays. He leaves it all out there. So I like
He's like
that.
the road runner, man.
Yep.
Half short legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Or how, I guess, I mean, the halftime adjustments that you made, how encouraging was it that you were able to get the answers? You probably want to get the answers in the second quarter, but to get to the answers on defense to affect the game that much in the second half.
And just like, you know what? And that's a good question. Just like us, right? He made some second half adjustments just like the Dolphins did. You know what I mean? And they got
exactly.
how many points you guys scored? It was
17-10,
and one of them was that kickoff.
Yeah, they scored a kickoff on us, but we were down 17-10 at half, and we got 34. So we scored 24 in the second half.
24.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't tie it into the third quarter.
Yeah, we double dipped. So we scored right before half, and then we got the ball back in the third quarter and scored that drive. So it went from 17-3 to 17-17 in two drives. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was the way it went was they got the ball first. They drove down the field and scored.
Yeah, man.
Then we got the ball.
What do you guys think? What are your keys to victory this Sunday?
For you guys? Well, whenever, and it's one of my biggest frustrations, we're never good at stopping the run. We have like random spurts where like we can hold Derrick Henry to 10 yards, but we're not consistent with stopping the run. So this is one of those games where you should stop the run, because if you can stop the run and have to force an air attack not the whole entire game, but to make them shy away from the run, then you could play that physical football where we jam at the line of scrimmage and try to knock you off your timing and your rhythm, because as you guys know, that's your bread and butter is timing and rhythm. And if you disrupt it, it makes it difficult, and you have to play a different brand of football than you rather would play. And then that could help us, especially with trying to get the ball back and get on the field more with offense, and obviously stopping the run. And we got to run the ball ourselves. You guys didn't do terrible stopping the run, but they had a couple good runs on you guys. And Tank Bigsby has 70 yards, and I think James Cook is a little bit better than Tank Bigsby. So run the ball ourselves. We got a really physical line who likes to bully. So we got to prove that. And then if we can get home with 4, and again disrupt that rhythm and have as much people in coverage as possible. Our teams know, like, people might be like, oh, what about Poyer? What about Mike White? We ran the same defense since McDermott's been here. So you guys know everything you need to know about the defense already, how we run our scheme and everything like that. So there's nothing Poyer can tell that we don't already know. And as far as like with Mike White, we played you guys with Tua 7 times now. So it's like, how much different is it really going to be from what we usually play? The only thing I can see being different is our offense, because we have a whole new system with brand new players. So that might be a little bit different. But as far as like your offense and our defense, we already know what kind of brand of football we play. So it's really up to coaching is going to be huge, because again, like I said, we play each other so many times now with these two regimes. It's going to come down to a couple plays. I've been like teetering back and forth. Like I can see us getting blown out.
Match.
Yeah, I can see us getting blown up, but then I can see a really good game that comes down to one possession. And I think I'm leaning more towards that. The only reason I felt like originally a blowout was because I was watching the first half of our game and saw how effortlessly the Cardinals were going down the field. And I'm like, man, the Dolphins are 20 times better offensively than the Cardinals are. So if we come out there playing like the first half against the Dolphins, we'll get smoked. But then in the second half, they came back and they were able to get to the quarterback. They were able to stop the run a little bit better, and coverage they were a lot better. So then you start thinking divisional game, a lot on the line for both teams. You got narratives to squish, and the season isn't over for either team if you lose, but you want to have that first division win under your belt going into the season, because we got tough schedules. The Jets don't, but the Dolphins and the Bills, we got a pretty tough go about things throughout the year. So every win is important. But yes, they stop the run, being able to run the ball ourselves and be physical with our O-line, try to disrupt you guys offensively with your timing and your rhythm, and obviously don't turn the ball over and give you guys more possessions, because you saw what happens when you can turn the ball over. You guys can get an 80-yard touchdown in one play. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could score at will, pretty much try to anyway.
Exactly.
You know what? And the one thing I'm glad.
Wait for the defense to blink.
I think. I think it's going to come down to that one mistake.
Yep.
Just like we did last year, that punt return was kind of like what turned the tide.
Yeah. And
I
like those games.
Thank God I don't have to go to the Buffalo game this year and see a Buffalo Bill fans all over the place.
Well, there'll be a few of them there, I'm sure. But and I
you gonna go to that one, Shake?
Yeah.
You gonna go to the game tomorrow?
No, I ain't going to that one.
Oh.
No, the only game I'm going to, I'm going to the Arizona game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? It's funny because I always see on social media how all these Bills fans, they travel to like every away game. I'm like, first of all, don't these people work? And then second of all, where do you get all this damn money to travel to every freaking away game?
Every away game, yeah.
Like every single week, it's like, oh, big groups of people on airplanes going to Baltimore, going to Miami, going to Houston, whatever. It's like, first of all, you got an awesome boss if they let you take out all this time off. And then second, wow, you must have an amazing
schedule like mine. You're off every Sunday.
Yeah. You could
Sunday
spend
and Monday.
weekends in different areas all the time watching football. That's gotta be pretty fun. But it's like, Crypto, you know this pain. You're driving on 395 at 11 a.m. and you're like, shouldn't everyone be at work? Why is there bumper to bumper traffic at 11 a.m. on a weekday? Around DC. That always blew my mind. I was like, come on, what the hell? You guys should be working. But
have you gone to any Bills games outside of? Have you gone to any Bills games outside of New York?
No. Obviously, I can always go to the Jets in New Jersey, but if I'm spending money on a game, I'd rather just be at the home field. We were going to go. My wife and I were going to go to Miami last year, but as soon as we bought the tickets, we got a good deal on them. Something came up, like I couldn't take time off, and so we ended up having to sell the tickets. But we planned to go to the Week 18 game, and she bought them, but her reasoning behind it, which she won't admit to it, she just wanted to go to Miami because she wants to live in Florida. So she's like, "Oh, I bought Bills tickets to go to Miami, and we can stay there for a few days." I said, "Oh, that's why you bought the tickets, because you want to go hang out in Miami." But because she wants to try to convince me to move out there because she's from Brazil and likes warm weather. And I hate warm weather. I like the seasons. I like fall, spring, winter, summer. I like a little bit of everything. So I don't like being hot. So I was like,
and you don't like to be here, man.
I know. I was like, I'd like to visit it sometime, but definitely don't want to live there because heat and me don't mix too well often. I could deal with it once in a while, but man, I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm only going to one game as of right now. I'm going to the Bills Chiefs Week 11. But
that's a December game or a November game.
Yeah, no, like November 19th or 11th, I think. I'm hoping, I got to see if I can, but I know a lot of you guys are going to the Bills game, Crypto, so I'm going to try to see if I can get some I got my own business, so I can take time off if I want, but if I can have, my employees take the shifts and see if I can come up for the weekend and hang out and go watch that game too. But I just got to see. I don't know. It's not in the cards right this second, but that'd be pretty cool because I was supposed to meet you guys last year.
Yeah.
But it'll happen one of these times.
That was one of the reasons I was excited. I was supposed to meet you and Amicus, but that never
Mhm.
happened. That never came to fruition.
Right,
Yeah,
Amicus was gonna go too. Yeah.
So you guys got Insomnia coming up?
Here soon, correct?
Yeah, I'm about to hop on with CB at 9.
Yeah.
And then if you guys want to come through, we're doing our show on pregame on Nickel City Mafia at 10. So if you guys want to come through the chat, we'll drop the link, and then you two can come up and we can have a little talk too. If you guys are done by then, if not, then we could.
We're gonna do at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna end this in about 5 or 10 minutes. Because I'm gonna do Insomnia with Raphael Courtright. Raphael Courtright is gonna do Insomnia.
For sure.
We'll do our pick'em, which is gonna it's gonna air the day after the game.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna be our military special.
Oh, sweet. I love that.
So
sounds good. Well, all right, fellas. I'm glad that you allowed me to come up. I miss you guys, and I'm gonna go get something to eat real quick before I hop on with CB. And we'll be talking. I'm always in the chat supporting you guys, and as I'll get the corny stuff out of the way. The best part about the content world is I met people like you guys that now we're friends, and
And by the way, when we go to Buffalo that week, we go to Buffalo instead of coming on the Smoke Lounge. We're gonna do the pick'em episode, kind of like it'll be a Buffalo. We're gonna talk about what do you think of Buffalo up to that point, and we'll do our pick'em episode.
Oh, that's great. Sounds good.
So,
yeah.
All right, fellas. I'll be watching you guys on the rewatch tomorrow.
All right, man.
Good luck, and hopefully
All right,
everyone
Sean.
stays healthy and it's a good game.
Peace
All
out.
right, man.
All right, guys. See you later.
Be good.
Much love. Peace.
All right.
So, Raphael Courtright. I'm gonna be sending you the links shortly. Any final thoughts, Crypto, before we wrap this up, man? What's your score prediction?
I'm good.
What's your
I
score
haven't got. I mean, I haven't gotten a final score prediction. I did pick a 2-point margin. I'm thinking whether or not it's going to be low 20s or high 20s. I said initially, 23 to 21. Meaning that Tyler Bass misses a field goal and we win.
Yeah. I say 24-17.
Okay. Yep.
So,
I'm gonna go within the point spread and keep it like the last time we beat them was that score. It was a safety difference in the game, so I'm gonna go with difference is the safety, but
so
no team is getting a safety.
So what's the score?
I said 23 to 21.
23-21. If that comes true again, I know where the hell to look for the fucking clip now.
Right. Yeah, I think it was on the either drive time or the tailgate episode when we did our first earliest pick'ems. Because I remember I said this is my earliest pick'em, the earliest. It was after the Jags game. It was after that game, I think. Not Jags game. It was after who we played last in the Tampa, right?
24-20. And
Tampa.
Craig
It was after the Tampa game when I made that prediction.
14. So anyway, I'm gonna get the other stream ready. So Crypto, be on the lookout for that. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Be easy. Y'all have a good night,
Cool.
and remember, fins up no matter what.
All right. Fins up.